you folks, and welcome to the season 3 of the Redacre Wrestling Podcast. Today we'll be discussing Raw, SmackDown, and joining to my left, the McDaddy John Racer.
Woo!
I have sitting right in front of me, Conor Maguire.
Loves you.
And to my right hand man, I've Niall CC Connell. Two. Sweet. And myself, Shannon BB Crangle. We'll start with the bigger points of the week for Raw.
What was it from last time? BB stands for big balls.
Yes, BB stands for big
Does
balls. My grapefruits are bigger than Vinnie Mac's. Now let me do my damn
I've
introduction.
got big balls.
It's almost tradition.
Right.
Balls.
We'll start with Raw.
Just
We'll start with Monday, May, the first episode of Raw. So
Your
it is.
face
And
is Raw.
I want to start with The Miz versus Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, because I thought that was a very, very good match. John, chime in now.
Well, I think it was a nice distraction of getting the focus away from Brock Lesnar, because Brock Lesnar did not show up in Raw. Of course, he's a Universal Championship. He's got the big belt. Seth Rollins and Finn Balor are both aiming for the Universal title. Finn Balor, obviously being the first Universal Champion ever, his reign lasted 1 day because of his injury received in the match with Seth Rollins. Had relinquished the belt, so he's looking, technically he should have a rematch, but do you know what I mean? Seth Rollins, the King Slayer, only after beating the game Triple H at WrestleMania. And I think it was a nice distraction of getting focus onto the Intercontinental title while Brock's away.
Definitely agree with that.
No, 'cause you know, I really love any Intercontinental kind of matches, always something different. And sitting back watching someone, because again, no internet last wee while, catching up with some whatever DVDs are there. And the Bret Hart one especially, we watching some of his matches against Bulldog for the Intercontinental title going on last, and actually like putting on such a great match. So I love anything Intercontinental going on big.
The European title was in the main event.
I agree.
With Bulldog won it, and was it Wembley?
No, that's the Intercontinental when he won at SummerSlam '92.
Oh, is it?
And that fucking, oh man, that pop. I watched that pop a few times, just looped.
Oh, apparently
Class.
Bulldog left shortly after that for a while or something.
That
Did
was
he?
him
Did he
going
go
back
to
to WCW,
WCW? Well, here, did you actually know that he was very, very close to going to ECW instead?
Yep.
And Paul Heyman wanted them to put over Taz at the time, but Bulldog didn't want any of it. So
No, that's right.
Ted, with that big
But
money.
to go back to that for the Raw thing, I've started liking more for watching Miz matches and so forth. So I was going towards Miz in this one, but
hasn't
I didn't
proved
get
big
watching an awful lot. I only saw whatever. Thank fuck for WWE putting up these clips, because I don't have the time. I have time to catch up. So I'll watch whatever's coming in. Even late at night, I'll be up and Raw's on, and a couple minutes later there's a match on, and there's a highlight there as well. So I'm catching up as it's going on, rather than waiting all to the next day. So
The point I really liked about the match was that when Samoa Joe interfered, and they sort of done it. Miz could have won that without any interference. So it didn't take anything away from Miz.
no,
And people say, "Oh, he's the Miz." He's reality. I'm like, he's been there 10 years. He's outlasted everybody. He's there every week. I like the Miz. I'm gonna go on record.
Yeah.
I'm going to say there was a time where I despised the Miz,
hated him when he
same.
had the mohawk,
same.
but
blonde.
when he started getting that microphone, it's probably
Talking
since
smack.
since
That promo
that
he done
talking
against
smack.
Dan, yeah.
Yes, that
Same
talking
thing's going to
smack.
happen. I'm telling you, the same thing's going to happen to Reigns eventually. Once he actually learns how to speak,
Well,
same thing's going to
have
happen.
you seen Payback?
Yeah.
Have you seen Payback?
Need to catch up on it.
Right. Well,
That's tonight.
Keep
He's
an
known
eye
it
on
was-
payback.
he's
Yeah.
I know, because I like my Reigns at the minute, so I'm happy enough.
well,
Well, rein
It
it
used to
in.
be just as a joke. Do you remember? Now it's just actually
a good way
too,
of,
like,
it was a good way of like what was it, getting him over with the audience, you know what I mean? Yes, right, he's only after getting his ass kicked, and he's still trying to walk out.
I don't like the way the fans chanted, "You deserve it," at him.
Oh, I loved it.
it's better than
that-
anything else to chant on them.
Those
It was just kind of. He also felt sorry for his brother.
no, I do love him. No hate for him.
That was some time,
Matt-
yeah, that
Matt-
was some
Matt-
time for
I
that.
felt really sorry for him, so I think he probably would be taken off TV for a bit.
Matt and I.
I-
40,
Now
41.
here, no, now,
41.
It's nuts. Like.
when
And he
did
was
That's 3 minute
Rosie?
completely gone. Rico.
Like 4 years ago, probably
Rico's
more.
Rico.
No, was it
There you
not
go.
one of his brothers recently passed away? There.
Oh
No,
yeah.
it was,
I thought you meant.
So
mixed up in the
I
end.
think it maybe.
I
I don't know.
want to go on record. I know we rag and Dean Ambrose an awful lot,
Yes.
but
I don't.
honestly felt I liked him better in the Shield than I do as this lunatic type fringe. He's done nothing for the Intercontinental title.
No.
I
Except to make it
He
look
I was
dirty
kinda
because
like-
it's near black.
I'm like, literally, Sid Vicious was a lunatic. He looked like a man who would eat you. Dean
And one of my
Ambrose
personal
does not
favourites
look
growing
like
up.
an attack- What does having one pair of jeans, one tank top, and a leather jacket? It's not doesn't make you a maniac. He's not a good fit for the Intercontinental title. I'm just.
Well,
I personally believe he should be a heel anyway.
Well, I know.
I think he should.
If he was a heel, far better than being a face. Definitely.
Let go a wee bit more, I think. You know what I mean? And I think he's very controlled. The first time I seen him was when he was John.
There's too many
Moxley
heels as
on the
champions
indie
at the
scene.
minute, though. That's the
And
problem.
The promos he was cutting on the indie scenes were so good, like they were almost performances. But then we get WWE. Again, there's a style in WWE. And
As Connor said there about the Intercontinental, you have Honky Tonk Man, you have Chris Jericho, 9-time champion. You have so many great people who were mid-carders and then lifted the title. Yeah. Dean Ambrose has kept it just as, well, it's a title, big deal.
Yeah.
Where you're kind of sitting going, was it not always the title that you won before they got you ready?
Yeah.
This was, if you
it was a way too. It was like if they had a bigger guy that, right, we have to give him the belt or he's not staying. Or, you know.
Yeah.
Then the Intercontinental Championship was used to get the other guys that were actually carrying the company the credit.
Very powerful.
And it was
title.
always right. We'll take care of you, kid. You know.
Connor's favourite phrase is hot potato.
Yeah.
It's just and then what they do is when they finally stop passing it around, it lands on the one guy who you're sitting going, okay, he could be crazy. He's not doing. What's he done that's crazy? He kind of licked a barbed wire bat. I don't know what that was about. Was that a wee bit of a sort of?
My argument with it is the fact that he already held it before. I did nothing with it, and then held it again, and the same thing. What the fuck to expect?
WWE has an awful habit of doing that with titles on Ambrose, though. Like when he was WWE champion, he was like, I'm an Ambrose fan.
I know, but look, think about it, right? He became champion at Boom, in walks AJ Styles.
Yeah, I know, it was just
Come on.
And you find rightly, AJ was getting the world title.
Yeah.
JJ.
Nothing
JJ.
JJ.
You know, AJ doesn't want none, he wants one.
Yeah,
You know
I'm talking about JJ.
Right, what did AJ stand for? I haven't got a fucking...
Alan James Nees.
Is it?
That's his real name.
I've never actually... Right, thanks.
Styles
Alan.
Styles
It doesn't have the same kind of like...
Styles fan since 2002. Just saying. Like,
I just... You know what? I could have googled that months ago. Never even bothered.
JJ Styles. Brother.
Jerry
Jarrett.
John Styles.
No, right, but also it was a good match.
Like finding out what PS Hayes meant. Purely sexy.
As John said, it was a good distraction from the fact that Lesnar, which is a disgrace that he doesn't at least show up. Because I'm sitting.
What was the reason, if you know?
He's just on his farm.
He's on his farm. You can only phone him between the hours of 1 and 2.
With the 8-foot fence.
And
Oh, that shit.
John tried to email him, but
Or John.
Brock, if you're listening to this, we actually love you. Please don't come and fucking wreck everybody.
Right,
I think he can hear you.
Yeah, I'm just saying he can hear
He
you.
can sense it. He's like somebody's talking shit.
just looking at the next note here.
His ears are burning.
Looking at the next note, and
Bork.
one last wee bit on that. I loved having Booker T back on commentary.
Sucker!
If it's only for a short while, I think he'll be helpful to the young lads who are up and coming.
I can't wait for the Shucky
Because he was one of
No,
the,
fuck off.
Do you remember the Shucky? Nugget?
The Shucky Nugget! Quack, quack.
he was the only good, well, the only really good wrestler turned announcer. I'm not counting
He's so
the King
entertaining.
in this. In the more recent times, I thought he'd done the transition well. Because he's a world champ. He's tag team
JBL
experience.
had his moments, but he fucked up the last couple of years.
Like he was good, and he's good to listen to.
Or he's a lamb.
Yeah, exactly.
Come
You
on,
want- Right, next point. The Roman.
Can I just add, Booker T's the only guy whose top 5 list exceeds the limit. Like everybody was on his top 5 list. D. Bryan, who's on my top 5.
I'm just going to chime in one wee second here, right?
He's in my top 5, man.
One wee second here. Corey Graves, I think, deserves credit. He has come a long way. Plus, he's a wrestler.
Yes.
And
Who was it that doesn't?
I don't like him.
Do you not like him?
I think he's gotten better. He does rip the other ones out. You know what I mean? Especially with Niall, that whole tall Tom Phillips.
John, I
Flex.
really like Tom Phillips.
But I'm going to say
I like him.
Michael
because-
Cole holding it down, still number
with
one.
A fucking more original
minute.
name set than these ones at the minute, because I can't remember them. They're so
Jesse the Body, Ventura.
James Johnson and
John
Justin,
Jameson.
all that kind of shit. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Booker T's actually there instead of David Otunga, isn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know why David Otunga's there, and
They're in the
no,
first
no,
place,
no personal things against him or nothing. Hope he's well, but I didn't get liking him when he was wrestling. I just thought he was in it for the money. That's how quick it was, and I don't like him on the commentary desk.
There was a good, several.
Put him out,
Three.
Ricardo.
There was a point, John.
Is
Actually,
that part of the
Connor touched
contract?
on
You get a
there.
concussion, you become a fucking commentator.
Once you just look at everybody who commentates for Fox, they
Yeah.
all probably have concussions. Right, the next one, Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman. I thought's been booked brilliantly.
Man,
Yeah,
that was
absolutely
so
phenomenal.
funny.
I
You
love it.
touched on it, Connor.
Yeah.
I know Roman Reigns ended the Undertaker's career and all that there, but I think
Fact,
I
sadly.
think he's getting more credit by getting his ass kicked by Braun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this, did anybody see the steel step bit?
I seen everything. I was going to bring
that was one of the
up,
rare
yeah.
moments where you go,
I thought he was gonna get
Yeah.
kick him or something. He's going, they're not gonna go through this here, like then.
And here it was like, right, I'm gonna not hit you, but it was like, right, didn't realise those steps were as heavy as that.
Yeah.
And boom, you could hear the fucking the cracked
200
ribs.
pounds. 200 pounds in weight.
Hear
each
the
step.
air
Roman
leave.
Reigns actually did.
200 pounds is at least odd 17 odd stone.
Yeah.
But what, did you see the segment on Raw when Reigns, after he hit the steps, was crawling back to the ambulance?
Yeah.
And all you hear is out of nowhere, "I'm not finished with you yet."
Yeah.
And I love that he says that off camera, because
Yeah.
then you, as we as the viewer, don't know where this is coming from. And he took the door of the ambulance.
Right off.
I mean, not
Yeah.
hanging.
And
He
about
took-
5 cardboard
he
boxes
took
conveniently
the
set
gratuitous
up.
boxes, a big pile of gratuitous boxes. But he took the door of the ambulance. I don't mean it was hanging. He took it straight off.
But as well, right?
And did anybody happen to see Fit Finlay helping
but
Reigns?
Yes, and he gets shoved as well. But
Like a fucking
did you
saint.
see when Roman Reigns
For the world champion.
hit Braun with that other
Both
ambulance door
tags.
3 times?
Tag belt.
Man, that looked as if he was doing that as hard as he could. And I think that's where Braun Strowman's injury came from, because he goes off, he goes, fuck. Do you know what I mean? If you go back and watch those,
It's a legit
those
injury then
3
for Braun
slams,
Strowman.
I
thought
think
it was
it's.
gonna be storyline or something.
No, I think
No,
if you go back and
he's-
watch those 3 hits by
Like,
the
I know
ambulance door.
Reigns gets awful abuse, and Braun
Yeah.
he's getting there. Don't get me wrong, he is.
Strowman, yeah.
He's getting there, but it's a class feud. I'm actually sitting going, no, I wonder what
I-
happened.
Fair play
Yeah, I
to
can't wait to
Khalees,
see it.
though.
I actually can't wait for Strowman versus Lesnar.
Yeah,
And I'm Strowman.
Yes.
I think
Have
you
him
look
destroy Lesnar.
as John
I agree.
probably being our resident ECW expert.
I know a little bit.
Then Tommy Dreamer, when he was first in ECW, when he was doing
That was
the fancy
Niall, by the
gimmick,
way.
wasn't considered hardcore. Like
No.
Tommy Dreamer, and then he got the canes from the Sandman,
Yeah.
and he refused to let go. He took all 10, and then suddenly Tommy. I kind of think that's what's happening to Reigns. They're beating the life out
It's
of
the
him.
same
so
sort
that
of
people
thing as
actually
well.
go,
If you go
"He's
back
tough."
and look at Dreamer and Raven, their feud, right? Dreamer,
He's got no one
you've
else to
never-
pin anyway.
No, like
What?
you see,
Reigns, he's
that's
got no
the-
one else to pin.
You can't go. You beat the Undertaker. Who else is going to come along? So you
Yeah.
have to book someone.
He hasn't pinned
equally as
AJ
big.
Styles.
Take him
Yet.
off-
Not that I know of.
I take him off TV.
But
No,
different
yeah.
rosters. So if has he pinned everybody on Raw? He hasn't pinned Joe.
He hasn't.
He hasn't
no.
pinned Mike Shinoda.
Mike Shinoda, the best referee in.
Kyoto.
Probably.
We know it's Kyoto.
Oh, Kyoto.
No,
yeah.
it's Shinoda. It's Mike Shinoda. Iron Mike Shinoda. Mike Shinoda.
Oh, he's listening.
But Niall, want to ask you
Oh, shit.
No
ele-
pressure.
the Braun and Reigns. Would you put it at one of the big 4, or would you save it for a B pay-per-view?
No,
And-
Lesnar and
No.
Strowman.
Reigns and Strowman, when they have to settle this.
I would actually do that at, I don't know, in between now and SummerSlam, because I would hold off for Lesnar.
That would
Strowman.
make sense for Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, big
Hell in a
yeah.
Cell between them
That's
two. That would
October,
make
isn't it?
sense.
It's not October time.
I know, but
Or maybe
That's a
maybe
blowout
get
for them.
away from each
Yeah.
other for a while. But yeah, I would hold up. Either way, I want Lesnar and Strowman.
So you reckon there's a good bit of life in the feud then? Still,
I
Yeah.
give them one more big match.
Well, they're gonna have to both recover from their injuries first, like,
Yeah.
and then
That's
that's gonna come back.
Oh, did you see? By the way, sorry, we're going off topic. Did you hear about the name of the new pay-per-view?
oh fucking
I
hell, man!
heard this
Yeah.
yesterday. Great.
It's absolute balls.
Reveal it to us one more time. What
Puns.
exactly are we referring to here? The name of the podcast, please.
Or no?
Or the name of the show,
pay-per-view.
please. The pay-per-view.
The name of the podcast is Redacre.
Wrestling
/game/what.
/ film.
Covering at that time. But what are you asking me again?
The name
What is
of-
the name of this pay-per-view?
Great balls of fire.
Great.
Goodness
They have to use
gracious.
that- They have to use that thing. If they don't, they've completely wasted that opportunity.
Fosse's version.
But it was either
So-
that
so
or
now-
Bad Blood. It was
Now
that-
you're
sorry.
saying the
Ah,
name of the
blood.
pay-per-view is Great.
Balls.
Of
Fire.
Ah, interesting.
The fire.
Seriously, is it called that? I thought that was a joke.
I still
I
haven't
was hoping
completed
for
on
the
that
April
one.
Honestly,
Fools
that was-
sort of thing.
But here now.
But the network has it.
It's
Great
as
balls
good
of
as
fire.
Tuesday in Texas.
Here now.
It's Texas as well.
Tuesday in Texas, like.
Fire. Dun, dun, dun. You're gonna burn. cutting
now,
over.
one of my favourite segments, and
More me,
Might
more
be
of my
better.
voice.
one of my favourite segments of the whole show, and something I regularly clash with John on about the women's division, is the Alexa Bliss coronation, if you'll call it the goddess.
Ah.
I thought
Raw's Bliss.
Raw is
Raw's
Bliss.
fucking Bliss.
I
It
agree.
was blistering. You like that? You like?
It was nice.
It was punny, wasn't it?
Also,
I'd like
there's
to give
Jack's
my
love here
thoughts
too.
on that coronation, but if any of you want
Jack's
to chime
love.
in first.
No,
Why?
I wanna ask John about, because me and John argue over the women's division most of the time. I thought it was good. I really thought she played it. She played it well.
But what do you mean when we argue about the women's division? What exactly are you on about?
Well, because Becky Lynch, don't know if you know, she replied to me on Twitter, so we're like new tag team in SmackDown now.
Right?
Sorry about that.
Nah, just leave. Just leave right now. I liked Bayley, Becky Lynch, and Sasha Banks were my three favourites, but they're just boring now. The whole women's division is just boring.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this. Let me say
I
this.
saw Alexa, and then I went, "Hold on." Now, don't get me wrong. Bayley's entertaining when she
5 foot
does
of
the
hope.
wacky flaming, wibbling arm, flaming.
Bailey
Probably
buddies.
Blue.
Bailey buddies.
Yes,
Fruit wobbler.
but
Mangrove.
and then that whole Sasha Banks is kind of a heel with her, but loves Bayley, but they're friends. But they're
Yeah.
Well,
So-
I'm going to chime in once you.
I'm just thinking Alexa Bliss, fantastic job as champ
Yeah.
for winding everybody, even Mickey James.
Oh, it was
The
class.
material she was given was fantastic, and I think it's breathed new life into the Raw women's division. So interested in it for now, because I
Well,
thought the Raw was, I thought it was getting a bit stale.
Yeah.
It's refreshing that up with that, was it the Superstar shake-up, whatever you call it.
The draft.
Yeah, they didn't want to call
Right,
it
well,
draft.
I'm going to say this, right?
Sorry, I heard a weird rumour why they didn't want to call it draft, because of all these rumours about World War III.
No.
Like the way there was stunned. None of us know. None of us know.
There's World
Tumbleweed. Right,
What's happening?
that's a whole other podcast in its own if we're talking about that shit, right?
It's too convenient to say that.
It's not obviously the reason why they don't want to call it that. They obviously just want to change that. But it was like, that's a really random reason for not arresting.
Did they know something we don't?
Stunges everybody, so sorry.
So John, what do you think? Women's division.
Right, I'm gonna say this about the women's division, right? I love the women's division, right? And I have been following for a long time here, ever since the kind of new revolution that started in NXT,
Yeah.
right? You had the 4 horsewomen, what they were dubbed, or women in NXT, women, and the 4 horsewomen, but the 4 horsewomen on NXT: Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, Bayley, just Bayley, and I've left one out, have I?
It's Becky.
I have, haven't I? Becky Lynch, yes, the last kicker herself. Oh my God, she's at the door. But
I'll tweet her now. Love you, Becky.
when they came to Raw, right, the women's division before them was really stale. For years, I could not stand what we were saying with the Divas Championship. You had Kelly, fucking hell. It was brutal.
Nash
right?
loves Kelly.
I know he loves, but he loves her ass, right?
Yeah.
She was crap.
Yeah.
I've no real hate for the woman. I hope she's well. I hope she's successful and stuff. I just, as a wrestling fan, could not watch it. It was like, right, look at the women. Wee. They're supposed to be there fighting for a championship, right? Taking it serious. So when no, shh, don't. Vince might be listening.
No, she
Right.
actually is coming back to.
Right, look,
John,
right,
he's in
look,
the bedroom.
But they came to like Raw and SmackDown before the brand
Spare
split.
no expense.
We had Lita introducing the women's championship, and man, the talent was unreal. You had Charlotte Flair doing her perfect fucking moonsaults off the top turnbuckle to the outside.
Yeah.
Bailey was over as fuck since like day one. She was like the one who couldn't win.
Did
but
she
you know,
go out with an injury during that period?
Bailey.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe in the storyline thing, but I think Sasha Banks has done that thing too, you know. But
Yeah. I'm glad to see that there's less of that crack going on with fake injuries.
see,
as
when
well.
Alexa Bliss came to SmackDown after the brand split, I was
Yeah.
like, holy fuck, yes, because I watched her on NXT,
yeah,
which was with Blake
yeah.
and Murphy, right? They basically, they'll come out carrying her to the ring, well, not carrying her to the ring, but basically, right, she's like the leader here, you know, she's 5 foot fucking nothing. I know, just bad attitude, just wee looks and shit, right? I
Yeah.
like the skull wee glove thing she used to
Yeah.
come out with, right?
Still has.
well, to an extent, I don't think she uses the bling ones up until like maybe the pay-per-views or something.
Not to prove you wrong, but follow on Instagram.
And Naomi, for ages, Naomi was one of the only good ones. Natalia as well, right? These, no disrespect to Nikki Bella and all, she's improved dramatically over the years, right? But Naomi picking up the belt and Becky Lynch and all those women that you saw in NXT actually getting the championships, man. There was these moments, and you can tell they are fans and they wanted to do it. With Charlotte is doing it for her brother. No, they're actually wrestlers.
So what we're saying is, me and John both agree.
Wanting to bring respect is the shit. Yes. Yeah.
So
look at the talent. Let's run through the talent or the roster, right, on both sides, right? SmackDown. We've got Naomi. We've got Natalia. I don't like James Ellsworth's fucking.
Carmella.
I can't stand her. No disrespect. I can't stand her.
Has her moments, but
has her moments. Good bad guy. It's
against everybody.
When I
else.
say that, I don't mean it like that. I hate her enough. It's just kind of the scene of thing. Right, I don't like them. Do you know what I mean? But I've respect for them, right? We've got Nia Jax. No, that's Raw. We've got fucking. Oh yeah.
Told you. Still got them.
Instagram, baby.
But Conor just showed me a picture of Alexa Bliss, and I kind of forgot what we were saying there.
Not the Charlotte Flair ones we're hoping to get.
Yeah, but Charlotte Flair now on SmackDown, absolutely phenomenal, right? We've got Natalia, one of the absolute legends that's been holding it down since fucking. Another thing, the first podcast you brought up, you didn't think Beth Phoenix was Hall of Famer, or I completely disagree, because at that time when she was there, right, the only ones you had was Mickie James. Trish Stratus was out the door. That's when Kelly and all these other things.
I retract
all
if
these,
I said,
all these,
she
was
one
of the only good ones, right? Yeah. So for that time and the amount of years that she more or less carried the company with Mickie James, look back on their feud. Yeah. I think she's not in the company no more, and she's still kind of in the fold with Adam and stuff like that. Edge.
I like the stuff she did with Beth Phoenix.
I like the fact that she got in.
Yeah,
they had the tables match. Against that was the tables painted pink or something.
And the first Raw main event.
Yeah,
for
that's
women
back to the Divas stuff, right? Now we've got the
agreed.
women's wrestling.
The women's division's back, and we're enjoying it so far.
Once it's back, it was never there in the first fucking place. That's what everyone keeps.
Well,
Emma's back. Emma's badass.
I hope they keep the title on Alexa for not just an month. I want to see her have a good
till Mania,
a good run.
Give it to Mania, man.
But the thing is, she can't actually wrestle. She's a very good wrestler.
Yeah.
And she's that height. She's 5 foot nothing, but it works. They're really good at doing that. Like, right, she's a wee bitch. She should not be getting away with this stuff. But there she is at the end of the match.
Holding the belt. That's why I think Jax is going to be her Diesel. That's what I'm saying.
Coming back to that segment on
get a whole feud between them two then. That's what I keep saying.
After saying that legendary line on Mickie James about your contemporaries, Mae Young and Fabulous Moolah, right? Jax and Emma in the background trying to hold in the laughter, you know what I mean? Popping the boys or popping the girls as you would. Over to Sasha Banks, ripped her out, backs into Jax. And that pop of the crowd with tiny Alexa and big Nia Jax behind her, and then after that, she absolutely destroys Bailey, stands over her with the belt, goes, now your whole family has a role model to look up to.
When she turned to Jackson, goes, you're good.
We're good. Brilliant.
The Divas, the women that weren't
superstars
to be mentioned. They had Alicia Fox there, which I like. Alicia
and was Natalia not there? Oh no,
she's improved big time.
Charlotte. Who's the one used to tag?
Emma was her.
Emma's really good. Emma's badass, man.
Who's the one that used to accompany Charlotte to the ring all the time? Always does the muscle.
That is
pose.
Dana Brooke.
I like Dana Brooke.
Yeah, I like her when she starts flashing the muscles because it looks kind of.
Every point you had to make, you had to slam that fucking table.
Yeah, you know.
Just like a fucking gavel. Every
Dana Brooke.
point.
McGavin is ordered.
Dana Brooke actually starting up for herself.
So we're all happy with the women's division. The next bit, the next non-match segment, next talking segment, I loved Bray Wyatt introducing himself to Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
Simply because Kurt Angle's reaction wasn't. We all know Kurt Angle could probably still go.
I missed that there.
Same.
Can you run through it a wee bit for?
Right. Kurt Angle comes out. He's doing the Raw GM at the minute. He's in his suit, which looks weird.
Yeah.
Next minute, lights go out. There goes the Wyatt, sort of, the graphic on the screen, and Bray Wyatt comes out, delivers an unreal promo about wanting to save people and save Kurt Angle, and that he's Kurt Angle, selling himself to Kurt Angle. But it was a fantastically delivered promo because of Angle's reaction. Because Angle wasn't standing there going, I'm a gold medalist. Do you want me to just Angle slam you now and have done with?
Well,
He loved
it was more Bray Wyatt asking Angle, are you going to let me do my work, or are you going to stand in front of me?
And Angle was playing
You
the
know.
part because he's a general manager. He's not a wrestler. As much as we would love to see and hear the medal hit, he looked very sort of taken aback. You're like, that's the way the general manager should look.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be standing there with the chest out going, he's the manager. He's not there to fight.
But he's Kurt fucking Angle. This is my show.
But didn't he
That's what I
play?
like,
Didn't he?
yeah.
Isn't he playing the general manager role perfectly?
I'm going to say this. See, when he first met Enzo Amore in Big Cass, I had to laugh because he gives one of the funniest replies ever. They give the big speech. There's only one word for our opponents: SAWFT, soft. And then they walk off, and there's Kurt smiling politely and going, confused looking. That's not how you spell soft. Unreal. Bravo.
I just thought
Bravo,
that.
like.
I
I've
thought.
checked
It,
that.
I
Of course,
thought.
always been funny, like.
Man, I felt like it
Really
was right
funny.
there.
I thought
Really?
I thought both men played that segment very well. I know it was only short, but it was.
It ended
it was
too.
short, sweet.
Did it tease?
It ended.
Did it tease like Wyatt versus Angle?
No,
Angle
it
was
just
more or
teased-
less going, this is my show, and Wyatt goes, this may be your show, but this is my word.
See, I like that. Like, this is the first
You
time
know.
Wyatt almost has an authority figure like that. Someone that actually could take him in the ring. Well, you suppose you could find Triple H in the past, like, but he never really had many.
Bray Wyatt's
competitions
just
with Triple H.
establishing his territory, do you know what I mean? He's moving up to SmackDown, he goes to Balor, I'm watching you. Kurt, are you going to let me do my work? You know what I mean? He just finished the Randy thing pretty quickly. But
I'm conflicted with Bray at the minute. It's like, I like him, I like the character and stuff, but he kind of talks the same stuff. And I think it's just his booking.
He hasn't done much to change his moves either in the last few years.
like,
which is
changes
just
up
like,
a wee bit. He's changed his look
yeah.
here and there, like, but I think it's the booking also as well. So, I mean,
Like Jericho, the way he would change every time he came back or tried a different look,
Yeah.
a different move would come out as well.
Jericho can flip from a face to a heel
Now,
like that.
before we move on to Chrissy
And
and
Joe.
Chrissy J, overall, what rating from 1 to 5 would you have give this week's Raw?
4.
4 from
This
Conor.
week's
Wow.
Raw, right, let me see, run down what was on it.
Keeping in mind, good wrestling, good promos. Good
Well, I have to
talking
tell you,
segments.
like it had that championship coronation from Alexa.
So that obviously was stole the show. That was the first thing you named.
Yeah,
there, so
and
that
then you
stole
had the
show.
triple threat focused on the Intercontinental Championship, but a nice wee ruse to get your. Where the fuck's Brock Lesnar? Come on, he beat Goldberg. What?
Nice
you know.
tease. Nice tease. in that
So
match.
Which he should be stripped of the title.
very enjoyable, but at the same time, he's got to realise I've watched about 6 weeks Raw and SmackDown back to back and Payback there,
No
like
sleep.
in a row. So
no,
it's kind of all one episode to me. So I'll give it a.
We just picked John up from his living room. Man, hold on, give me a few minutes. Finishing this Raw.
literally
Done.
picked him up.
I'll give it a 4.5.
4.5.
All together, the last 6 weeks, all together, good stuff.
So
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
4.5.
For even just to comment the last couple of weeks worth, yeah, definitely at least 4 out of 5.
The only thing I would complain about whenever you're watching the whole thing, like sometimes when you miss stuff and you look up different clips, there's little things that I remember from episodes that you don't find online. Nobody's put them on, you know, and that they're even wee subtle things. But I think they're that's what makes watching Raw and SmackDown enjoyable to me, because I remember these little moments and these promos, and then you don't find the promos online. You're like, Network, WWE Network. You know?
One thing I did like from Raw was, sorry, we never mentioned this, was there was a thing with Shane McMahon, well not Shane McMahon, it was Kurt going up to Goldust and R-Truth. Or
Right.
something saying, right, they're going to get them number one contenders.
For the
Make them number one
tag.
contenders because they've technically won the most matches out of the tag teams. Again,
Good point.
Again, I haven't really seen this. I've only caught up in brief videos and stuff and reading a couple of articles on it. But
That's the way it used to be.
Point going, that's technically
Yeah.
should be, if you're going back to logic and all
Yeah.
that within wrestling and stuff. Whoever won the most matches should be number one contenders, and I kind of like that because then it's kind of giving.
And when you
SmackDown-
lose, you start over again.
it's
You
kinda
go
giving
back
SmackDown
round
the first
again.
one, 'cause SmackDown's being
That's the
built
point.
as the land of opportunity and stuff.
Yeah.
Now Kurt's going to give it, you know.
It'll put an end to that hot potato and crack.
Kurt's going to give it to you. He's going to give it to you. Kurt's going to
Because
give
this
it
could
to
be
you.
Goldust last run.
It's
Yeah,
a
that's
three
it.
minute,
Let him go out as a
three-minute
tag
music
champ.
break.
And R-Truth can't have.
Kurt's gonna give
Put it this
it.
way: let Goldust go out with a tag championship.
And R-Truth can't have long left on him. Like he.
Truth, though. I love Truth when he was doing that little Jimmy stick.
I have to say this. There was a time when I really stuck up for R-Truth, right?
There was a time.
And there is no
Killed the man
disrespect.
for him, didn't he?
No, I've no hate for the man.
No,
I
we're
just
still
think that I wanted them. Back when he was in that Money in the Bank and stuff for the Intercontinental Championship or whatever it was, well, that wouldn't be the Money in the Bank, but it was a big match for the AC title. But I was actually going for him, right, if they're going to give him something after being there for so long, I was like, that would have been cool. But then, I don't know if it's just the way he's used or he's booked, but he's given this play dumb character, right? This stupid character.
Yeah.
And he's going around with Goldust, who I have huge respect for as well, right? And he's getting told, pretend you're playing Pokemon Go. And R-Truth is going up the penguins on the wall, thinking they're Pokemon, making up Pokemon names, and it's coming across so fake. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's not on Pokemon Go. Do you know, it's just, if they're going to use that man there, make him a bit more serious the way he used to be. And going back to K Quick and stuff like that, man. Do you know what I mean? Give him something. Let us see, right? And stop fucking shoving your crotch in your opponent's face.
You said there.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, you remember Ron Killen?
I want to see good.
R-Truth is he's a multi-time NWA world champion. When TNA had started up, he's a multi-time tag champ with them.
Ron Killen.
He's like, you know, he is an accomplished wrestler, and I'm sorry, but he does a better axe kick than Booker T.
Oh yeah.
And he's
funny.
And he is funny.
He's funny, but they can't give him these cringy things where he doesn't know.
You can't blame the man for being given.
I'm not saying.
And the shape he's in at that age.
That's what I'm saying. I want them to use him more.
The Rumble, he came out and he immediately went straight under the ring, got a ladder out.
Yeah.
And ran up.
Showing up. The old gimmick was like.
As John said earlier, if you look to several of the corners, you can see some of the wrestlers trying not to laugh. When he puts the hand up and then he realises that there's no title.
They were doing a promo in the ring of all the Money in the Bank competitors. R-Truth wasn't in it. You're not even
Right, so I'm going to give Raw, I give it a 4.5 out of 5. I thought brilliant, transitional, good, solid Raw. Not perfect, but good start. A very, very good start to coming into the summertime now. May. Brilliant start to Raw. Women's division lifted. Strowman and Reigns looking very good. The Miz hopefully getting the Intercontinental title. And then, like I said, John said, Brock being teased coming back because of Seth, Joe. So there's plenty of opponents for Brock. He's going to be spoiled for choice. So you're they're probably trying to get us to think, oh, come on, leave your farm in Minnesota and come back. So Niall, you're the last. What's your rating for Raw?
What I've seen and what I've heard from it.
He's a monster among men.
Four. So it's. I will give it. It's an average rating of 4.5 out of 5 then for Raw this Monday the 1st.
I want to say it to you. Hurry up and give Baron Corbin a title. Come on, the fuck. Hurry up, the fuck. He's on SmackDown. We're talking about Raw, but hurry up, the fuck.
Officially endorsing John.
For this rating thing, for what we've done for Raw.
He's a big, tall bully. That's cool. You know what I mean? He comes out. I love his entrance. I love his music. I love his attitude. That stuff he did with Kalisto, pecking Kalisto up at 10 foot off the fucking ground, shoving his head into a shutter, and then just fucking grinding his whole head the whole way down to the ground. You know what I mean? Kalisto coming out last week in the dumpster match against Braun Strowman, looking like a mini Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat.
When he threw Kalisto into the dumpster originally. No, during the Roman Reigns beatdown.
Yeah.
Also,
it was a wee throwback to Hulk Hogan and Rey Mysterio on WCW.
It was the following week when he took on Big Show.
Why did they give a dumpster a match away on
free TV?
On free TV, I'd have kept. See if someone had told me there's a dumpster match at this
Here's
pay-per-view.
Here's right. That I took those as throwbacks, but the first time he threw Kalisto into the dumpster, that reminded me of Hulk Hogan throwing Rey Mysterio into the dumpster in WCW. Then the dumpster match on Raw reminded me of the New Age Outlaws, Road Dogg and Mr. Ass versus Terry Funk as Chainsaw Charlie and Cactus Jack. Oh, I know that. Yeah, it was like, but
lads,
I think that's just wee throwbacks. Do you know what I mean?
Well, listen, folks. Again, that's just been the recap for Raw from some of the segments from Monday, May the 1st episode. Like I said, you can find us on Facebook under Redacre Productions. Always comment, like, share, subscribe, listen, and enjoy. And don't interrupt John. I can see you gearing up for it.
Hold his breath.
I will give you your goodbyes. Again, I've been joined by the Mac Daddy, John Razor.
You're not leaving me so soon, are you?
I've Niall CC Connell joining me as well. Thanks, Niall.
It's been a pleasure.
And lastly, but certainly least, is Conor Maguire has joined me.
I loathe you too.
Again, folks, thanks very much, and please like, share, listen, subscribe, and enjoy. Thank you.